Have you ever found yourself dreaming about remarriage, but then a wave of doubt washes over you, wondering if you're truly making the right choice? I completely understand. At this stage in life, the thought of tying the knot again feels so different than it did when we were younger. The excitement is there, but so are the fears, the hesitations, and the uncertainties. Whether you've been single for a while, recently divorced, or even widowed, remarriage after 60 can bring a unique set of challenges that affect not just your heart, but your finances, family dynamics, and overall happiness in ways you might never have imagined. I know this can be overwhelming, but the good news is you don't have to navigate these waters alone. In this video, I'm going to share with you 6 essential truths that could change the way you think about love, commitment, and your long-term security as you move forward. These insights are crucial to making the best decision for yourself, one that brings peace, fulfillment, and stability without the unexpected stress and complications that so many experience. If you're feeling uncertain or conflicted about remarriage, I promise that sticking with me until the end will provide you with the clarity you need to avoid heartache and find the true happiness you deserve. And if you're struggling with any of the challenges I've just mentioned, drop a 0 in the comments below. I'm here to support you, and your voice matters. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on valuable insights that can help you live your healthiest, most fulfilling life. Now, let's get started with the first truth you need to know. Number 1, the financial realities of remarrying after 60. One of the most unexpected challenges people face when remarrying later in life is the profound impact it can have on their financial situation. While many enter a second marriage thinking it's just about love and companionship, the truth is that marriage brings with a set of legal and financial responsibilities that can change your entire future. If you're not careful, it can affect everything, from your retirement savings to your Social Security benefits, pensions, and even what you plan to leave behind for your children or loved ones. The last thing you want is to walk into a marriage believing it will make your life easier, only to find out later that it has complicated your financial well-being in ways you never imagined. One key consideration is how remarriage affects your Social Security benefits. Many don't realize that if you're collecting benefits based on your former spouse's work history, those benefits can be reduced or even disappear once you remarry. This is especially shocking if you're relying on that income to maintain your lifestyle. Similarly, pensions and survivor benefits often come with restrictions, some of which vanish upon remarriage. If you or your spouse receive such benefits, it's crucial to understand the terms and how they might change after remarriage. But the financial impact doesn't stop there. Your retirement savings and estate planning can also be deeply affected. Once you marry, your finances no longer only concern you. You're now entangling your financial future with another person's assets, debts, and spending habits. Even if you and your new spouse keep separate bank accounts, state laws can influence how assets are divided in the event of divorce or one of you passing away. If you have children or grandchildren, it's vital to think about how a new marriage could affect their inheritance. Many people assume they can leave their estate to their children, as they had always planned. But remarriage can shift the legal rights regarding property and wealth distribution in ways they may not expect. Take Robert, for example. At 72, after being widowed, he remarried with the assumption that his children would inherit his estate. But after his remarriage, he discovered that his new wife had legal claims to his assets, meaning his children might receive less than he had intended. He was forced to have tough conversations and make legal changes to ensure his loved ones were still protected. If you're thinking about remarrying, it's crucial to have these difficult but necessary conversations with a financial advisor or estate planner. Understanding how remarriage will impact your finances, retirement, and what you leave behind for your loved ones is key. While these talks might not seem romantic, they're absolutely essential for securing your future and the future of those you care about. Number 2, the legal side of remarriage. Why it's more crucial than you think. When you marry, you're not just making an emotional commitment. You're entering into a legal agreement that carries long-term implications. And when you remarry after 60, those legal aspects can become far more intricate and consequential than when you were younger. Many people believe that love alone will be enough to make a marriage work. But neglecting the legal side of things can lead to surprises and complications that could have been avoided. One of the most important areas to consider is how remarriage affects your estate planning. Upon marriage, your spouse may automatically gain legal rights to your assets, even if you had planned to leave those assets to your children, grandchildren, or other loved ones. Without a solid plan in place, your estate can be divided in ways that completely contradict your original wishes. That's why so many individuals choose to update their wills or establish trusts before walking down the aisle again, ensuring that their assets are passed down according to their intentions, not legal assumptions. Another critical factor is medical decision-making. If you were to fall ill or become incapacitated, who would have the authority to make decisions on your behalf? In most cases, a spouse automatically takes precedence over adult children or other family members when it comes to medical decisions. This can create tension, particularly if your new spouse and children disagree about the kind of care you should receive. Setting up advance directives or a medical power of attorney can give you peace of mind, ensuring that your wishes are honored and reducing the risk of future conflicts. Prenuptial agreements are another vital legal tool that can offer clarity and protection for both parties. While many shy away from discussing a prenuptial agreement for fear it might seem unromantic or cold, the truth is, it can save a great deal of heartache down the road. A well-crafted prenuptial agreement sets clear expectations from the outset, outlining how assets, debts, and financial responsibilities will be handled. This not only helps protect both partners, but also significantly reduces the likelihood of disputes in the future. Take Eleanor, for instance. At 67, she found love again and was excited to remarry, but she also had significant assets she wanted to leave to her children. She and her fiancé had an open, honest conversation about their financial expectations, leading them to draft a prenuptial agreement that clearly defined their financial boundaries. This agreement not only gave Eleanor peace of mind, but also reassured her children that their inheritance was safe. While legal conversations may feel uncomfortable, they are essential for safeguarding your future and preventing misunderstandings. If you're considering remarriage, it's wise to consult an attorney who specializes in estate planning and family law. Addressing these matters early on will save you from unnecessary confusion and stress, allowing you to focus on what truly matters: building a fulfilling, secure, and loving relationship. Number 3, caring for health and physical support. As we age, health naturally becomes a more prominent factor in our daily lives, and this shift can significantly impact a new marriage. When you remarry later in life, it's not just about emotional support and companionship. It's also about providing physical care and being there for each other as you navigate the challenges of aging. This responsibility is something many don't fully anticipate before stepping into a new marriage. Health-related issues can arise unexpectedly, and the way partners handle physical challenges can deeply affect the dynamics of their relationship. You may find that what you need from a partner in terms of care and support changes as you both grow older. Perhaps one of you requires assistance with daily tasks or managing a chronic condition. Or maybe both partners face the reality of deteriorating health, which can place a strain on the relationship if not properly addressed. It's important to consider how both of you feel about caring for one another in times of illness or incapacity. Can you provide the physical support each other might need, or is the idea of caregiving overwhelming? A successful marriage later in life requires open conversations about health, aging, and what kind of support you both are willing and able to offer each other. Whether it's being there for doctor's appointments, helping with physical limitations, or simply offering emotional comfort during tough times, understanding your physical support needs ahead of time can help ensure a smoother, more fulfilling marriage as you both navigate the later stages of life together. Number 4, family dynamics can become complex. Remarrying later in life isn't just about blending two individuals. It's about merging families with rich histories, traditions, and expectations. While love may unite two people, the web of family relationships often brings challenges that you might not have anticipated. Unlike younger couples who are starting fresh, many individuals over 60 enter new marriages with adult children, grandchildren, and decades of well-established family dynamics. These relationships don't always combine as seamlessly as you hope. One of the most significant hurdles comes from the reactions of adult children. Even though they may want you to be happy, they could struggle with feelings of loyalty to your previous spouse or fears about how this new marriage might affect long-standing family traditions, finances, or inheritance. Some may eagerly welcome your new partner, while others may harbor resentment, suspicion, or even concerns about your well-being. These emotions are completely natural, but if left unaddressed, they can create lasting tension that doesn't just affect your marriage. It can ripple through your entire family. The effects don't stop there. The relationship with grandchildren may also shift. If you've been a central figure in their lives, the introduction of a new spouse could feel unsettling to them. Some grandchildren may warm up quickly, while others might need time to adjust to this new chapter. The same challenges can arise with your new spouse's family. If they, too, have children or grandchildren, blending traditions and expectations can take time, patience, and a lot of understanding. Another critical factor to consider is how remarriage impacts inheritance and financial matters. It's not uncommon for children to worry that a new spouse might change existing wills, alter financial plans, or even claim a part of what they assumed was meant for them. While the focus of your new relationship may not be money, it often lurks beneath the surface of family concerns. These conflicts don't always come from greed, but from a deep desire to ensure that their parents' legacy remains intact and honored. Take Susan, for example. At 68, after a decade of being single, she remarried, assuming her children would be thrilled for her. Instead, she found herself in the midst of uncomfortable conversations about inheritance, holiday traditions, and even her living arrangements. While she knew her children loved her, she quickly realized that this new chapter in her life will require open communication and reassurance to maintain peace and harmony within her family. If you're contemplating remarriage, it's essential to have honest, open discussions with your family. Address their concerns early on. Set clear expectations about what will and won't change, and give everyone time to adjust. With patience, honesty, and understanding, you can navigate these conversations and ensure your decision for companionship doesn't unintentionally disrupt the relationships you've carefully nurtured over the years. Number 5, emotional expectations shift as we age. As we grow older, the way we view relationships and marriage inevitably changes. When we were younger, marriage was often about building a life together, starting families, buying homes, growing careers. But after 60, the focus shifts. Marriage no longer revolves around laying down the foundation. Instead, it's about companionship, emotional support, and maintaining your own sense of independence while sharing life with someone special. This shift in dynamics is often underestimated and can bring unforeseen challenges that many aren't prepared for. One of the most striking differences is the level of independence each person brings to the relationship. By the time you reach your 60s or 70s, you've already established your own routines, habits, and lifestyle. You might have your own home, your own interests, and a daily rhythm that brings you comfort. Entering a new marriage means welcoming another person's habits, preferences, and expectations into your life, and adjusting to this can be far from simple. While some might think remarriage will be easy as long as they find the right person, the truth is, it takes careful navigation of boundaries, personal space, and your own identity. Unlike younger couples who might be building financial security together, marriages later in life usually involve two people who are already financially stable and emotionally self-sufficient. This shifts the focus from external goals like wealth or career to the deeper needs for love, shared experiences, and emotional connection. However, this also means both partners need to communicate clearly about their expectations, how much time they want to spend together, how they approach disagreements, and how they can maintain their independence while fostering a strong relationship. Another important consideration is the emotional baggage each partner brings with them. If you lost a spouse or gone through a painful divorce, those experiences don't vanish when you remarry. You and your new partner each bring decades of personal history, previous relationships, family bonds, and long-held views on love and commitment. While this is inherently a bad thing, it does require both partners to be open, patient, and understanding with one another. How you communicate, show affection, and handle conflict is shaped by these past experiences, and learning to navigate those differences is essential for a thriving second marriage. Take Harold's story, for example. At 75, he found love again after being widowed for several years. What he didn't expect was how different his new marriage felt compared to his first. His late wife had been his partner for decades, and their life together had formed a strong rhythm. His new wife, on the other hand, had been divorced for many years and cherished her independence in ways he hadn't encountered before. It took time for them to find their balance, learning how to enjoy closeness without losing their personal space, how to communicate without constantly comparing the present to past, and how to embrace the unique dynamic of their new relationship. If you're considering remarriage, it's important to ask yourself, what do I really want from this relationship? Are you looking for companionship without too much disruption to your established routine? Do you want to share a home or maintain separate living spaces? Are you emotionally prepared to merge two well-established lives? The answers to these questions can help ensure that your next marriage is built on mutual understanding, realistic expectations, and a true desire for partnership, not on past wounds or unspoken assumptions. Number 6, the evolving meaning of happiness as we age. As we journey through life, our understanding of happiness naturally evolves. In our younger years, marriage often represented the building of a shared future, raising children, establishing careers, and creating a life together from the ground up. But as we enter our later years, particularly after 60, happiness takes on a different form. It's no longer about creating something new. It's about savoring what you've already built, maintaining it, and finding joy in the life you've cultivated. This shift in focus means it's crucial to ask yourself before remarrying, does this relationship truly align with the happiness I seek at this stage in my life? Many people believe that remarriage will automatically bring them happiness, but the reality is that happiness in later years comes from different sources than it once did. For some, it's about having a companion to share the everyday moments. For others, it's about retaining their independence while enjoying the special moments with a partner. And for some, it's about maintaining the lifestyle they've worked so hard to create, without having to compromise on long-held routines and habits. The real key here is to understand what happiness looks like for you now, not what it meant decades ago. A common mistake people make when remarrying after 60 is thinking that love will automatically cure loneliness. While companionship is certainly a beautiful and fulfilling part of life, it's important to recognize that true happiness comes from within. If you aren't content with yourself, no marriage can fill that void. In fact, entering a marriage with the expectation that it will complete you can lead to disappointment, especially if you find that the realities of sharing your life with someone feel more restrictive than liberating. Another crucial consideration is lifestyle compatibility. At this stage in life, you've likely established well-worn routines, how you spend your mornings, how you like to travel, and even how you interact with others socially. If your new partner has a vastly different way of living, it could create friction rather than the harmony you hope for. Some people thrive on spontaneity, while others prefer structure. Some enjoy peaceful, quiet evenings, while others crave a more active social life. If you and your potential spouse are not in sync on these matters, it's worth reflecting on how much you're willing to adjust and whether those changes would ultimately bring you happiness. Consider Frank's story. At 72, he remarried quickly, believing that companionship would fill the void left by his previous marriage. But as time passed, he began to realize that his new wife had very different expectations. She loved to travel frequently, while he was content staying close to home. She was outgoing and social, while he cherished his quiet time. Despite their love for each other, they struggled to find common ground, and Frank often felt he lost some of the freedom and comfort he had enjoyed in his single years. Before deciding to remarry, take the time to reflect on what truly brings you happiness. Do you envision a traditional marriage where everything is shared, or do you desire companionship with space to maintain your individuality? Would you be happier living separately, but maintaining a committed relationship? There's no right or wrong answer, only what feels right for you. The most important thing is to ensure that any decision you make supports your long-term happiness and enriches the peace and fulfillment you've already cultivated in your life. Final reflections. As we conclude this video, I invite you to pause and reflect on the insights we've shared today. Deciding to remarry after 60 can be an incredibly rewarding journey, but it's also a decision that brings its own set of realities, ones that often go unnoticed until you're already navigating them. From financial decisions to family dynamics, emotional needs, legal considerations, and your personal vision of happiness. These are all aspects that require thoughtful consideration before making such a significant commitment. The truth is, marriage at this stage of life isn't about adhering to old traditions or societal expectations. It's about making a choice that aligns with who you are now. For some, remarriage brings deep fulfillment, while for others, maintaining their independence or finding alternative forms of companionship may bring more peace. What matters most is that whatever path you take, it reflects your values, lifestyle, and long-term well-being. If today's video has sparked some reflections, I encourage you to take your time before making any decisions. Have those open, honest conversations with your loved ones. Seek out the right financial and legal guidance. And most importantly, listen to your own heart and needs. There's no rush. This phase of life is about embracing what genuinely makes you happy, not about living up to the expectations of others or society's ideas of what's normal. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below sharing one key takeaway from this video and how you plan to apply it in your own life. Your thoughts are valuable to us, and reading your comments inspires and motivates us. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support allows us to continue creating meaningful content that informs and uplifts you. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.